Hello Virgo, and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your What Do You Need to Know for March 2021 reading. And before I even show you the energy card, I'm feeling like really like the throat and the heart. Like I feel like there's something really heartfelt that's going to be going on, maybe just like a little bit with your throat and speaking your voice and speaking your truth. It's like a little bit of tension here. It's almost like an emptiness and a tension. It's so weird. Anyways, whew. Some of you, it's all like you're breathless or something. Whoa. Anyways, let's see. All right. So your energy is temperance, and this is patience, 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 and divine timing. So a lot of things we get this idea in our head and our ego, like, oh, I need to be successful with this, and it's gonna take 1 month, and it's like the universe is like, no, it's gonna take this long. So everything will happen in due time. It's just you have to be patient and really feel things out. Okay. So let's see. What does Virgo need to know for March? Interesting. All right. Wow, we've got quite a number of major arcanas. So in the past, in the background, leading into this energy of what you need to know, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, and I feel like I'm just kind of getting the feeling like, okay, so this has come up for like a lot of people, unexpected. This is also karma, and I think that sometimes like you have this idea of I deserve or I don't deserve or whatever, because in this deck the Wheel of Fortune is held by the Emperor, and people thought, we're at the mercy of the Emperor, and thought in the past that whoever the ruler was like the physical manifestation of God or the divine. I feel like you think that things happen to you for a reason. It's almost like you're being punished, and that's not necessarily the case, but that's just how you feel. I feel like when bad things happen, you have this like idea that you're being punished, and that actually might come back to stuff that happens like with your father, if your father was kind of like very authoritarian. Whoa, okay, let's see what else comes up. You're coming up right now as the Queen of Pentacles, right? So whatever it was that was unexpected or happened for better or for worse in the past, you're coming up, yeah. So this is very strong, and also it's an earth sign, and you're an earth sign. So I feel like if this has to do with, like you're in a good place, you're very practical, you're making sure that you're getting all of your physical needs met, you're doing well when it comes to like money and the home and things like that. And if you're working right now, you're doing quite well in your work. And what you need to know is the High Priestess. So what you need to know is that there's a lot of unknown, and even though you tend to be like a lot more of the practical, like to-do list, get things done kind of signs, it's important to know that there's so much intuition that you have that you can untap. I feel like you're learning that, because you may not realize, but your intuition has allowed you to grow and prosper. So a lot of like your financial stability and success and everything that you've accomplished has been because you've tapped into your intuition. It's just you might not have been consciously aware of it. It's just kind of like knowing the right moves to make, the right decisions to make, the right actions to take, and you're doing that. And I feel like there's a lot of unknown that you need to heal from. The outcome, we've got the Six of Swords, and this is like moving out of troubled land or troubled waters, and it's like you're just beginning to go into this place where it's a bit safer. So if there's anything that you've been really stressed about, like you've gotten over the hard part, you've done a lot of healing, and it's almost like you might be going into new territory because you've done so much healing. And there's lots of new opportunity as well, and it's like that moment when you are coming back like from war, and you're just seeing the edge of the town of your home. So that's kind of the feeling I'm getting from that. I feel like you're really going to put yourself out there. You might have had a bit of an awakening experience, or you will, because this is more aspecting the future as well, and you might be in a bit of a vulnerable place. You might have tapped into some information, some inner knowing deep within you. But I feel like you're going to be very like nurturing and self-caring. Like I love that you're aspected by the Empress. Like you're going to make sure, especially that your physical needs are taken care of, you're eating healthy, exercising. You're just really going to put yourself first. And I think that's so important, and that's clearly a big part of your healing. And it's taken a lot of time, but you're doing it. Let's get some clarification cards, then we'll do advice cards. All right. clarification cards for Virgo about this situation. Yeah, interesting. Cool. Things are looking really good. I'm very pleased. Okay, so believe it or not, whatever it was that happened that was unexpected in the past, you manifested. You created this. This came forth because of your desire for something more, to have everything, not just a little bit, everything. You want all of your desires. You might be feeling a little bit alone right now because you're being aspected by the Hermit card, and also the Hermit does represent your sign as well. You might be missing physical touch, for example, just like hugging people, having dinner and stuff with people. But yeah, mainly physical touch. You might find someone to hug. Anyways, yeah, so you might be feeling a bit lonely, but ultimately you're taking care of yourself, which is really good. And it's that solitude and that time alone that's really helping you kind of tap into your inner wisdom. I feel like there might be like the lid blown off of a particular secret. Sometimes the High Priestess can represent like a keeper of secrets, and I feel like you're just kind of done with holding it in. There might be a piece of information that kind of like allows you to see the full piece of the puzzle, or allows you to be like, okay, I'm done with this. I surrender to this information. I surrender to this way of thinking or communicating. And I think you're going to see things overall from a higher perspective because, you know, all of your growth and wealth, and like you have grown a lot, like as well. And you might be taking a lot more care of your physical body and your finances as well, and your home, and might actually be gardening. And I think you're really seeing the importance of that in the bigger picture of things, and how being like physically well and having stability and security, whether it's with like work, finances, health, really allows you to be able to think clearly. Like the connection between your mind and your body is like very, very clear. When you are, so you've done a lot of healing, and that's going to burst forth like new desires within you. I think you're going to have a lot more hope and a lot more inspiration. And it might have something to do with a young male, because we've got, and we might have to do something with love. You might put yourself out there a bit more because you're being aspected by the star, or what you need to know is being aspected by the star, and then the Knight of Cups is on the night. Yeah, it's the Knight of Cups. So I feel like, and this is, it could be about like a water sign male in your life that you're kind of having some awareness about. But also it could be someone coming in the future potentially, or it could be something that's really heartfelt. Like you might really take a risk and throw yourself into some sort of a project or opportunity that's really heartfelt. So it could be a few things, but you're looking at things differently. You're really gonna like put yourself out there for sure. That's really interesting. Okay, and yeah, it might be something that you've thought about for a while and something you've been planning about for a while. Okay. I'm gonna, and it's all coming in divine time. I'm gonna clarify a few more cards, and then we're gonna do some advice cards so you can get the best case scenario. So first off, tell me, what is it that's been planned or going to be planned? I think you want a lot more safety. There's something you've been stressing about a lot, and it's that lack of security, lack of physical connection. And so I think you're kind of like replanning to be like, what can I do? And this is all from a self-love perspective. It's like, what can I do to make sure I have secure connections, a secure place to live, a secure job, secure finances. You need security in all of that, relationships and everything else. So that's what you're really thinking about. Tell me about this like Knight of Cups. Okay, I think you're done with being immature when it comes to certain types of communication with certain people. You're done with being hurt. Interesting. What's the, yeah, again, we've got the star. So I feel like you're realizing for you to get what you want, you need to let your guard down and let yourself be a little bit more vulnerable. And that's, yeah, so that could be something to do with work. It could be with community and connection and love. It could be with a partner, someone that you're in a relationship with that you maybe really need to kind of let your guard down with, or someone who you want to be in a relationship with. Okay, let's just do 2 more clarifiers. Then we're going to do, interesting. Okay, so then we're going to do advice cards. Yeah, so you have been really hurt in the past, and that might be in a way, I wouldn't say like holding you back, but like you are hopefully have learned from that. But I feel like, yeah, might have kind of held you back, being like, I don't want to be disappointed again. What you need to know is to think about, like, be very focused and specific for what you want for a long-term goal, whether it's work or, you know, a relationship or whatever, to have, like, keep your secure home or whatever it is. You need to be very focused, more like on the end result rather than how to get there. All right, let's do some clarification cards. So I'm just hearing something weird. I live in an old building. Okay, so what advice does Virgo need for March? Interesting. Okay, cool. So the first advice card, we've got the Ten of Cups. And so the Ten of Cups to me represents, like, you know, love and connection and community. So you really need to make sure that you are connecting with the community that you love, of people. Like, you need to have a good network, a healthy network of friends and family, people that you can rely on and that they can rely on you, right? But you need community, you need connection, you need to feel loved, and to love, it's so important. And that goes beyond just a relationship. It's like the bigger community. That's what we need, is connection, honestly. The second advice card, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a good karma blessing, and I feel like even if whatever it was that shook things up in the past that was unexpected, and it could be the whole, you know, lockdown and all of that, but it's in this situation specifically, or at least for this month, it's a blessing because it may have been unexpected, but it was something like a spanner that needed to be thrown into the works, if that's the right kind of phrase, just to kind of change things up. The third advice card, we've got the Princess of Cups. So the Princess of Cups is emotionally open. She intuitively feels. She doesn't go out and, you know, finds love. She just kind of like is there ready to receive, and is very self-loving and just very open and, you know, flirty and girly, and just be ready to receive. It doesn't matter if you're male or female, right? I would just get in the energy of, you know, connecting with your emotional self and thinking about what you want and what you want love to look like, and whether this is like related to like a job that you are really emotionally, you know, invested in, like doing things for the sake because you love them, you love doing them, it fills your heart. A relationship, it needs to be emotionally satisfying. So just be a little bit open to where things might go, because it's still in the early stages with that princess. The fourth advice card is the Six of Swords. So you have done a lot of healing, right? There's still a bit of a ways to go, but because you were forced to kind of go into new territory and new ways of thinking, it's going to give you new opportunity that you never would have had before. If you'd like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. That is all in the description below. You can also follow me on social media. I do monthly and mid-monthly readings, so definitely make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Comment below. And if you're still here, secret bonus card, the Emperor. Father issues, potentially. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, you might want to think about it. Oh, could also represent an institution or an Aries. Anyways, have a good month. Bye.